Hi guys, it's Gisele. Happy fall, y'all. Today is the first day of fall, and today I am going to be participating in a hashtag from Joey the Cardmaker. It is his Autumn Rust Mashup Papers for the month of September, and basically he provides these papers for you on his coffee shop, and we can do whatever we would like. We could make ephemera, we could make envelopes, we could make a journal. Um, and this month I decided to make a journal with Joey's papers. So this is what they look like. And let me show you the journal that I have made. This is it. It is an autumn journal, fall journal with all the pretty burnt orange colors. I did sew the cover. Let's see if I could put that on screen there. It does have interfacing to give the cover some stability. And let's go through the journal. It does have a satin ribbon closure. There's that. And let's go through the pages. This is the beginning. This is one of Joey's papers. I did do a guest check, and I did use a crocheted heart on that. It is coffee dyed. Isn't it cool? And these are his little ephemera pieces. And this is a dictionary page that I did gesso, and I added a napkin, so it's decoupage. And this little label comes from Vintage Studio 717. The autumn labels, and of course my bows. I love my bows. And it's the book plate, says this book belongs to. So that goes in here. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. On the next page we got a little pocket, and in the pocket I did put one of Joey's papers. It's just a little writing space. And on the side of this little pocket envelope, I added these vintage tags. So that goes there. And just a tiny, tiny little tag with one of his tiny labels. Just something to write on. So that goes in there. This goes back in here. And I did add a recipe card with the fall colors. And I added one of my large coffee dyed with some lace index cards for extra writing. So there's that. That goes here. And this is one of my coffee dyed papers. Love those. Oh, and I did round the corners of all the pages in the journal. And this is something that my sweet brother sent me from California. This is a vintage phone address book, and it has all these wonderful pages in it. So I took one of those. Thank you, brother. And I put it in here. So isn't that fun? So there's that. This is one of Joey's papers for the month. One of the labels from Vintage Studio 717. Of course, my bows. Love my bows. I did punch out the edge of this paper. This is like a linen paper. It's very pretty. I don't know if you can see that. The linen is awesome. So there's that. And this is some wallpaper, a border. And I made a pocket out of it. And I added a recipe card that I put some leaves on. And this is just a piece of scrapbook paper. I added the foliage. And it's just extra writing space. So that goes in here. And some music paper. I added some leaves to the paper. I think it's so cool. It's very pretty. And a fall doily. And this is some more of, it's not quite linen paper, but it's a good quality paper. I can't think of the name of it, but it's very good paper. Another label. This is one of Joey's beautiful papers. And I added this this very tiny little fabric flip. I didn't want to cover that up with anything else, so I just left it. So you got all your secret writing right there, and it just looks very nice. This is Crayola marker dyed paper. I'm using the smooshing technique. So it was orange, so I decided to use it. And this, I would say that this is some vintage scrapbook paper, because this is like from, long time ago. Yeah. So I added a label and a bow. And this is some paper that I had gotten. I think I got that at Ollie's. But it's like, it's embossed. It's very pretty. So I edge punched it. And that's what it looks like on the back. Another doily piece of scrapbook paper. And this is a little cluster that I created. Has a little piece of fabric and some cutouts. And I just took this little I'm grateful for. You could write inside of it. And just a piece of, what do you call this paper? Can't think of the name of this paper. Woo! Struggling today. My goodness. But anyway, here we go. Some of Joey's beautiful paper. And this is some vellum paper. It's yellow. And I added a few things in here. I added this flashcard. It says gusta. But if you turn it over, that's what it's saying, like. So that's how you say it in Spanish, gusta. And I added some ruffle trim and a few leaves there. And this is a vintage picture that I got from the flea market here in Raleigh. And he's out there working on some trees. So I thought it was perfect for this journal. And just another recipe card that you can write on. So that goes in there like so. Okay, let me put that in there. It's all the way in. So there's that. And this is a book I found recently at a thrift store. It has a bunch of music paper in it. I think it's adorable. It's the right color. Love it. And I love how they tried to color it. The kids tried to color that. So I think it's precious. So I added that. On this side, this is from Joey's Papers. And this is a little sales receipt that I created. I copied this out of a book and then I coffee dyed it. So it just looks like a receipt. And I got this little flashcard. P for pumpkin. And I added some of my fluff trim to it. I love that. Love that trim. And here's another index card that I coffee dyed. And I added a label. So all of that goes here. And this goes here. And like so. Yeah, he created some beautiful, beautiful papers. And I created this pocket with some leaves and a label. Another little flashcard says colorful leaf. And this is one of his papers. Don't look too hard because you'll see maybe that I put it in upside down. So what I did is I made a pocket out of it. Can't write on it anyway. So yeah, I put it in upside down. But if I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't have known. So yeah, Joey might know. I'm sorry, Joey. I got it upside down. But anyway, some more writing paper. So the page came out useful because we made a pocket and put some things in the pocket. So that was fun. And I did edge punch that little piece of scrapbook paper. The other side of the doily. More stickers on the scrapbook paper. My Crayola dyed paper. It's a pretty journal. Another label. And on this page, this is one of Joey's papers. This little burlap leaf was given to me in a swap. And I've had that leaf, oh my goodness, what, 2-3 years now? Didn't know what to do with it. So I just made it into a tuck. I added these vintage little tickets and some more writing paper. So there's my tuck. I think it came out so cute as a tuck on a page. So there's that. And some more. This is like office paper, but I can't think of the name of it. A matter of fact, I have it here. Here we go. It's this very exceptional resume paper. It's good quality paper that I got at a thrift store. So there's that. And the other side of the doily, music paper. And these music papers are good to add pictures. Here's the other side of the wallpaper pocket. I added some writing paper and another leaf. That goes in there. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And here's one of Joey's little pieces of ephemera to his papers. The other side of that edged paper. That's the linen paper. I did put this ruffle on here. That's pretty cool. Here's Joey's papers. And I made this little folder with his papers as well. I put a bunch of goodies in there. I put this tag that I created with one of his papers from the freebie this month. I just tucked it behind this bow. And I created this with his little pieces of ephemera. I added some more of those vintage tickets here. Here's another photo, a vintage photo. My old sweetheart. I think it says Cleo Grace from 1928 to 1929. If that doesn't scream vintage, I don't know what does. Isn't it gorgeous? I love that. Here's some more of those vintage tickets from the book. And I added a receipt. Not a receipt. Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Ooh. Recipe. Because it said orange filling. So there's the recipe for that. And just a tag that sits in the back. So yeah, lots of little things to write on, to look at. Lots of fun things. And a little folder. So that goes in here. I added this cute little sticker with the wheelbarrow. Isn't that fun? Oh, I missed the center here with the pretty little dangle. I don't know if you could see that. Let's do it this way. Let's go back. I added some beads, and they look like a pumpkin dangling from the bottom, and they're very shiny and brilliant. I think it's so pretty. So there's that. This is the next page. And this is the tuck spot. I didn't put anything in it, but this opens up. And this little flap keeps it closed. And I just added a tag with some of his papers. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I love that. So that goes in here. And we close it up by tucking it back under here. So yeah, that's fun. Love that. Absolutely love that. Gotta push the tag down. There we go. And of course my big bows. Love my bows. The bows come from the Junk Journal Studio. Here's the other side of the address book. And some coffee dyed paper. And if you follow my channel, you know in each journal, I always include a mason jar and a word find. The word find is in memory of my mom. She used to love to do word finds. She did them every day. And she would journal in the margins of the book. She passed away over 25 years ago. And I always put one and I think of her. Love you, Mom. And the mason jar just came about because I love where I live. And one of the first things I did when I moved here was learn how to make jelly in mason jars, and love mason jars ever since. So I put a mason jar in each one of my journals. It's my thing. So there's that. That was the last page. On the back page, I did make an envelope with Joey's introduction page. And inside, which I forgot to glue, gotta glue that. It has the rest of his papers. And that will go in there. I should glue the envelope. That would, you know what? I might not, because you could use it to write on. So it worked out that way. That's the way it went in the video, and that's the way we're going to keep it. So there's that. I had this beautiful mushroom card. It matches the cover. It's just a blank card, printed on Italian paper. So there's that. And I made this index card with Joey's little mashup challenge little logo there. This is his papers right here to my index card for extra writing space on the back. So there's that. Let's put all this back. And that is my journal. I think it's adorable with all the mushrooms and the pumpkins on the bottom. The journal will be available on my Instagram. And you can just send me a DM if you're interested in it, and I'll let you know if it's still available. But I want to thank you today for joining me, and thank Joey Cardmaker for the beautiful papers. We love you, Joey, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.